What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Low Luxury, and welcome back to another episode of Low Luxury Archives, where we're taking a deep dive on some archival pieces from some of our favorite brands. And if you know where we're at, you know that we're very, very much into Balenciaga right now, specifically the Universalia era Balenciaga. And today we've got a really cool one. So this, it just looks like a plain black button-down shirt, but there's some interesting stuff going on here. I'm telling you, you gotta pay attention. So first of all, the fabrication, it's like heavy. I don't know if you can tell, but this thing is huge. It's super oversized. And then going across the back, we've got this tribal fire logo going all the way across the back, embroidered in there. There's some interesting stuff going on with the collar that you can't even see right now, but we'll talk about it. So in this series, we take a look at the piece itself, we take a look at the collection it came from, and we take a look at that runway look, and we try and either put it together ourselves or even maybe exceed it if we don't think it was quite on the mark. So first off, let's check out the collection that this bad boy is from. Yo. Before we get too much further, subscribe to the channel. I make tons of luxury and streetwear content. And also, if you're looking for deals on luxury and streetwear, check the description. I've got some of the best sites with all authentic stuff. Check it out. All right, guys, here we are once again on the Balenciaga Vogue runway page. And if you remember, the last time we looked at a Balenciaga piece in this series, it was all the way back in 2017. Now, this one isn't from quite as far back. You can see they've done a bunch of collections since then. We're just going back here to spring 2019. And in this collection, I really feel like the theme was hard versus soft. So you've got all these kind of velour, fleecy type materials mixed with a bunch of really strong shoulders and stiffer fabrications, some boxiness in there. The shoulders were strong. They were strong as strong could be. But then look at this fabrication here, even a softness of this leather in this way. There's a sweater from this collection that I really love if I can find it. This is a velour mock neck sweater right here. But if we go down, our look is, there we go, look 53. So here's a closer look at it, and this is the look that we'll be trying to recreate, so I'm already thinking a little bit here, but we can see that it is meant to be worn very oversized. Those shoulders are very, very dropped. I think the seams, it looks are right there, so right on the bicep even. So super dropped shoulders, essentially half sleeves, not even short sleeves. Comes down super far. It has a stiffness, a kind of crinkliness to it. It's a really, really interesting piece. And we can also see this interesting collar element that they have left it buttoned in a way. And we'll take a closer look at that and how that actually works in the context of the piece. But yeah, I don't know. It's a really cool layering piece. That is the perfect application for this. And I'm so excited to check it out. All right, and now let's take a look at the specific details close up on this piece. Geez, this thing is big and shiny. I really like the kind of sheen of that fabrication. It's really nice, kind of oily, slick looking, you know what I mean? All right, but first let's go take a look at the brand tag, the retail tag, stuff like that. So if you'll remember, in the last video we had an older piece and the brand tag at the back of the neck looked very different from this. So this is the modern brand tag. It'll usually be white on black, just like this, with this more kind of bold, tight logo here. And that's all that you're gonna get. We do thankfully have retail tags with this one, which is always awesome to see. And we can see there that it's 2018-2019. So this is spring 2019 collection. That gives you a good idea of the kind of era that it's from. You'll also see here that this is called the tilted short sleeve shirt. And I'm not sure if it's tilted because of this collar detail that we'll look at in a second, or because of the kind of curved logo print that's on the back. I'm not sure exactly where the tilted comes from, because the fit itself is fairly straight and standard, just very oversized. And now we've got the modern care tags, which are much glossier than the last one we looked at. So in a light gray, it's got that logo up top, where it was made, in this case, Tunisia, which is a country I'm very unfamiliar with. I'm kind of embarrassed about that, my geography. Not what it used to be, okay? Sorry, Tunisia. Tunisia? I feel that's how a British, Tunisia, right? Okay, enough of that. And again, we get that model number with the year at the bottom, matches up and everything, which is always a good sign. So what is this shirt made out of? Let's find out. And no surprises here, it is 100% cotton. And, you know, it looks like cotton, but if we get in close here, how close can we get? Focus up, focus up. You can see it's more of like a cotton twill material, almost closer to like denim or something in its thickness. So as mentioned, the front of this shirt is quite standard, just pretty long, straight down, big short sleeves. You've got a pocket at the chest. It's also a large pocket right there. Definitely fit your whole ass wallet, phone, whatever you want in there. It's not no puny pen pocket, you know what I'm saying? You've got these glossy plastic buttons with Balenciaga branding in there. Really on a somewhat like quote-unquote simple piece like this, every element is going to be perfect. The stitching, dead straight, super tight, branded elements wherever possible. Stuff like that is good to look for. The big standout element for the front of the shirt is the collar. So when it sits like this, it looks fairly normal, but there's actually an extra element here, which is this curved piece that comes up. And what that allows you to do is keep the thing totally unbuttoned, but then there's a button on the inside of this collar right here, and this can attach to that so that you still get that collared look while the rest of the shirt is unbuttoned. So nice, tight kind of formal collar with a much more open silhouette. The back is slightly more interesting. We've got a big seam going right down the back. As you can see, we do have a couple little slits here to keep it open, and those are actually layered on top of each other. It's not just a slit. It's kind of, you can see some interesting stitching elements there. But then, of course, you've got that big, bold branding on the back. So this is actually embroidered in here in white, and it's a really interesting logo. It's not one that I've seen Balenciaga use very often. I think they did it on this piece and maybe on a leather jacket as well. And as far as I can remember, that's actually it. So it is a curved, like, tribal logo. Kind of like, in a vacuum, it's kind of like biker style or something, but then you realize it says Balenciaga, and you're like, what the hell is this? Is this Ed Hardy? Is this a tap-out shirt, or is this a Balenciaga shirt? What's happening? And I like that Demna kind of toes that line sometimes. But the embroidery itself is absolutely beautiful, absolutely perfect. Every stitch is just insanely precise here. And that back is double layered, so on the outside, you've got embroidery here, but you can't see or feel any of that through to the other side, which is awesome, because sometimes when I have like an embroidered t-shirt or something, I can feel the inside of those stitches against my skin, and it's super uncomfortable, so I appreciate the extra layering there to keep those stitches kind of hidden from your skin having to feel it and potentially be uncomfortable. Alright, so now that we've checked out all of those details, let's try this piece on and try to put together our runway look, and we'll also talk a bit about how it feels, how it fits, stuff like that. Alright, so let's take a look back at our picture from that Spring 2019 collection, and we see we've got this shirt, and the rest of the look, it's all black, which is my favorite color combination. So here, we're going to switch it up a little bit. We've got the shirt, of course, kind of like an overshirt jacket type of deal. And then under that, we've got a black t-shirt. Instead of a Balenciaga t-shirt, just to keep things interesting and not too samey, I'm going to go with an Alix anti-racist action shirt. Good shirt, good message, also super, super comfortable. For the trousers, these are my favorite pair of black dress pants, and they are actually not by a luxury brand. These are by Topman. Yeah, and they're so good. They're so comfortable. And if you look at the look from the runway collection, the shoes are like patent leather shoes or boots. It's hard to tell with the pants going over them. I do not have a good pair that kind of matches those. So what we're going to do, we're going to add some texture with these bad boys. So these, they have the shine to them, but they're like a wicker like Oxford dress shoe. I love these things. How crazy are those? So anyway, let's put the whole look together. Man, this piece is so much cooler than it seems at first glance. Like, at first, when you first see it, it just looks like an oversized short sleeve button-up, but seeing it in the context of this runway look and the look I'm putting together here, you really realize what it kind of brings to the table. And it also makes you understand why it was called the tilted shirt, because when you use that kind of neck flap to button it, as we do here, it does give one side of the collar a more tilted angle, which is really, really cool. So personally, I think that this is the perfect use case for the shirt. It's a bit heavy and stiff to work as, you know, just a normal short sleeve button-up shirt, but using it as a piece of a layering for outerwear is ideal. And having that flap so that it creates that kind of inverted V opening up the shirt underneath is a fantastic, fantastic look, and something that you really don't see that often elsewhere. As for the feel, it really feels much more like a, I don't know, work jacket, utility jacket, than it does a button-down shirt. Again, that heaviness is there, that kind of cotton twill feeling is there, so it works best as a piece that's supposed to be layered. It's that top layer over, you know, a short sleeve shirt, even a long sleeve shirt with the sleeves coming out under this would be an awesome, awesome look. Of course, the sizing, it's Balenciaga, it's crazy oversized. At the point where you get here, it honestly doesn't even matter what it fits like. It's just super oversized, and that's like all you need to know. But hey, I'm a Balenciaga stan, so I'm here for it. So I hope you enjoyed that deep dive into this piece from Balenciaga's archives. Take a look at the other video on screen here, subscribe to my channel, like this video, and I'll see you next time.